Our goal in convening this symposium with our partners at the University of Washington is to shine a light on every facet of vaccine development to ensure that this process is guided by the most stringent principles of sound science and only sound science.
And we're calling for preserving the sanctity of the science behind their work and for the scientific process to proceed at the speed of integrity and accuracy, not politics.
We have put together what I call a strategic approach to COVID-19 vaccine development with harmonization of the multiple trials.
We have invested enormous efforts and finance and technology in supporting the companies.
Our clinical trials infrastructure is a model to the world, and making sure we maintain the scientific integrity of the programs is critical for us to continue our scientific leadership globally. We must not relax our guidelines for efficacy, and we must insist these trials be allowed to provide the scientific underpinnings of our COVID-19 vaccination strategy.
So it is incredibly important that we find interventions that are effective for these communities that are most impacted.
It's really critical that these trials proceed as designed and without interference, and that the complex decisions about emergency use authorization and licensure be carefully made in an open and transparent manner.
The other part of the challenge, which is confidence. Confidence for clinicians to recommend vaccine to patients, confidence for patients to roll up their sleeves, confidence for people to recruit their neighbors to get them to be vaccinated.
Because we at FDA are comfortable giving that vaccine to our families, they will feel comfortable giving it to their families.
We create objective processes in this country. We seek to create neutral regulators for a reason. We want certain decisions to be divorced from commercial or political considerations. In this case, we want the decision around the market entry of a vaccine for COVID to be guided purely by public health considerations.
A strong free press is essential to identifying and communicating about the COVID vaccine and to monitoring the integrity of the process as it unfolds.
I think our job is to question and look for the truth and then present the truth, even if it's ugly, even if it's full of thorns, even if it's full of caveats, to present that in as clear a way as we can to the public.
Across all of those phases, we also looked at the issue of equity, because as everybody knows, this is a pandemic that has disproportionately impacted people of color and people who have social vulnerabilities.
There's going to be a limited vaccine supply early on, and that's going to make it very difficult to achieve equitable allocation of a vaccine. And that's why we need these processes and need to be thinking about this now.
I know we all yearn for the day when we can put this pandemic behind us, but I think many, including many of the people who you've heard from today, and I would include myself, would argue that it really is highly unlikely that we're going to get there without vaccines and therapeutics.
I would say we should be pretty confident that there is some terrific, in fact, unprecedented science going on that should give people confidence that we are doing the things necessary to try to arrive at solutions for this worst pandemic that the world has seen in more than 100 years.